all of our tasks, we're going to move on to the next portion of the project, which is the if I have time portion. So I'm going to devote the next week or two to kind of just finishing up the tasks that I didn't get to that weren't necessary, but I still want to include them in my MVP. Okay, then I'm going to move on to testing and logging and hopefully deployment too. So let's start with styling our front end. So ultimately, I am kind of creating a little brand, right? So I want to stick with the brand that I have for my Coding with Callie website. Eventually, I want this to just be kind of seamless into the website. For now, it'll be two separate apps though. So what I want to do is I kind of want to copy the styling that I have here, and I'm going to use Chakra UI and the ability to customize your theme to kind of start it off. All right. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get my background color to be the right background color. Okay, so I went ahead and I have my Coding with Callie website up in the my code in the background. So I'm going to copy the color from there and I'm going to look at here. So I'm going to scroll through and I'm actually going to look for the word body. All right. And I see this. So I see that I can change the color of the body. I can change different styles for each element, right? So that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I am going to set up this idea of theme. All right. There are so many ways that you can use CSS and Chakra UI and React to style your front end. So if you want to do a different way, I see no issue with that. Okay. Normally I wouldn't use extending theme like on the Coding with Callie website. I actually used React Helmet to style the body of the background, but I'm going to try to stick with kind of exploring all of the things about Chakra UI because I'm learning too. Okay. Extend theme. Okay, so if we want to override a token in the default theme, we have to import the extend theme function. Okay, and then we're putting it into Chakra UI. Okay, that's easy enough. So I think I'm going to make a file and I'm going to call it theme.ts and I'm going to paste this in. All right. Then I'm going to export this so I can use it in another place. All right. Then what I want to do, so basically what this is doing is you can see that this is setting up what the colors are. So you can set up brand 100 is this color, brand 900 is this color, and then now you can use background brand.100. So that's super helpful and we're definitely going to use it. And it looks like you can also do it for a button. So we'll go ahead and style our buttons at some point. I just want to check out this global style and background, okay, and see how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this for now, and I'm going to do styles, which is an object, and then I'm going to do global object. I'm going to do body object, and then I'm going to do background. And I'm going to go find my background that I used in my Coding with Callie website, the hex code, and I'm going to paste it in. Okay. Then I'm going to head over to my Chakra provider because I need to import the theme. And I'm going to add it here. Theme. And I'm going to go look at my app and whoop, whoop, look at that. It worked. Okay, so that was actually easier than using React Helmet, so I'm kind of pleased by that. But you can kind of, so as it's coming together, you can also see that there's going to be a lot of work in terms of I need to style all of these other components. Okay, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my header and try to make my header match my Coding with Callie header. Okay. So part of it is going to be just kind of looking at like what the sizes of things are, and part of it is going to be using this theme element, right? But at first I noticed that my logo is a different size and it looks like there is a shadow on the logo. So I'm going to kind of focus now on the logo. All right, so there's a few ways you could do this, right? So if you're just trying to copy a website, you could go over and you could inspect the website and you could get sizing from there. So that logo is 80 pixels, okay? So I could then go and edit my logo. So if I go to components, header, right? And then here's my logo, right? You can see I have box size 70 pixels. So I'm curious if I change box size to 80 pixels, if that will fix it. Right, they look the same other than now the spacing is off. Okay, so then I would also, now I can highlight. So I got 80 by 80. Now I can highlight this the same, right? In order to, okay, 80 by 80, so those are the same size now, good. But now I have to go over here, and you can do this with a website to copy the website, and you can also do this kind of with Figma. If a designer gives you the thing, you can go and analyze the components in Figma to see what the spacing and stuff is. Okay, so then I'm gonna go until I get to kind of figure out, okay. So this is helping me here. Okay, so yeah, that is the one I want to look at. So it looks like there is like some margin or padding around it. Okay, so it looks like the padding is chakra space 8, which I don't know exactly what that is. So I'm going to play around with it then. And I can look at my code and I can see that my padding for my, so if you look, all right, so this one, okay. So if you look, you can see here, okay, so yeah, padding top is 4, padding bottom is 4, and then padding left and right is 8, okay? So that is how I do it. I also have this responsive, so we'll have to change it, but let's go ahead and edit this. So for here, my box is just using padding 4 for anything. So we're gonna do, say, padding 4 for vertical, so that's gonna determine the padding up top and the padding below, and then we're gonna say padding for X is going to be 8. Okay, so now we can look, and we are already looking better. I think my logo is a little bit different of a logo, so I'm actually gonna change that to, so let me find where I'm using my logo in my, okay, so I'm gonna copy my logo. And I'm going to, is this the same logo? Let's see. Where did I put it? I just saw it. Was it in components? Okay, so let's paste. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so we want to get rid of this one because it looks like I imported a little bit different of a logo. And then instead of doing from there, we are going to, I was using my S3 bucket. We're going to do that, and then we have to import from here. So we're going to say const sloth is equal to require so it looks like I can just do, all right, where am I? So I'm in header, so it's in the same folder, so I should be able to do sloth.png. So now let's take a look. Yeah, and you can already see how now it doesn't move around. Now you do notice that there's a shadow on this one and not a shadow on mine, so we'll have to add that too. All right, so it looks like I am using box shadow large from Chakra UI. So let's go and look at box shadow, so that way you can, maybe I just do shadow. Okay, so here are our box shadows, and this is large here. So you can see box shadow large gives you this one, okay? So we are going to copy this prop in, and we are going to add it to our application. So now you can see that my logo looks the same. All right, so the next thing that I would do then is here I have coding with Callie, okay? So I want project planning tool to look the same in terms of color and font, okay? So that is where we are going to pick up in the next video.